Happy Sundays with Cinnamon.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, I want to remind you to speak up
Okay.
too, just in case people are having trouble.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, so the topic today is one of those topics we hear about quite often, and I would like to talk about mistrust in relationships, lying, affairs, just you think you know someone and you're married to them, or they're your partner for 5, 10 years, boyfriend, girlfriend, and bam, you find out all along that there was something they were hiding, or that they've had an affair in the past. So speak to that, whatever comes.
Well,
Take the ball.
the thing about relationships is that people go into relationships often looking for the Hollywood version of "you complete me."
Ah,
I remember what's
Tom
that movie?
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. You complete me. God help us if someone else completes us, because it can't be done, because that person can become ill, die, walk away, and where are you then? Completely incomplete. So to look outside yourself, whether that means outside a marriage, outside any relationship, for peace or happiness or oneness, is fruitless. It's not out there. If your faith and trust is not in yourself, then you can't possibly trust or be faithful, expect faithfulness from other people. So in relationships, you go into a relationship rather than looking for yourself, for another person to complete you. You look for yourself to be whole and complete. So when relationships are just the beautiful and very intense, challenging, up in your face platform from which to grow. And so every aspect, every challenge in a relationship offers you this opportunity to welcome it, to grow. In the kids.
Whoa. So welcome the affair?
Welcome, sure. Whatever it is, you welcome.
Not, I don't know anyone but you. And me, maybe now.
You gotta get that maybe out
I
of there.
know. I know.
Yeah, the thing is,
I don't know. I'm telling myself.
that is a definite maybe right there. So
Yes, it is. Yeah,
So,
Kurt told me right now he was having an affair. My first.
would not be bless your heart.
Would not be bless your heart.
And
I welcome this.
And it could be.
Oh, it absolutely could be, because I know you.
Yeah, you could realize that there was something in him that was so not enough that he needed more in order to convince himself that he was whole and complete. And the only way you could have a bless your heart attitude would be to know, oh my God, he didn't see me as enough. You see, you have to know that you're enough. That
100%.
you could have compassion for him not loving you. In fact, I say this in class sometimes, and at the risk of being misunderstood, I want to say that when people don't love me, I don't get it, because I go into all situations loving people. I don't even have to know them to love them. For instance, when a parent comes to me and they're going to send me a child, I love the kid before they get here. And I don't have to know you to love you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't love me back, I wonder, why do you not love? And then I know where to go with them, because they are not loving love. Now, they don't have to like your personality or any of that, don't want to hang out with you 24 hours a day. Although, if they're not recognizing the love in you, that's the place for compassion for them, because they're not allowing themselves to see love, to receive love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So back to the relationship thing, when you're clear and you experience that your partner has done whatever outside the relationship, your heart will say, okay, this doesn't work for me because monogamy is the name of my game. When I met and married my husband, I said to him, if ever you are wanting to stray, or you're attracted to someone else, or you just want to be somewhere else, please just do yourself and me a favor and just tell me. Say, oh my gosh, this season is over, the leaves are falling, whatever is your experience, and just let us part in peace so that we don't really part at all. Hoppy, I call him my practice husband, and he laughingly receives that lovingly. And then years later, I married what I call my real husband. And actually, Hoppy was practicing on me too, because he wasn't programmed for marriage. And so we both were practicing with the first go round. And yet, because of loving, I have him in my life so completely as my dearest
It's amazing
friend.
to watch.
Dearest friend. He'd put himself in front of a truck for
he
me.
would.
No question.
He walked.
And,
He walked your husband down. Your second husband.
yeah, he stood up
Or
for
he
my
stood
husband.
up for him.
Yeah, and he walked me down the aisle.
Yes, he walked
Yeah,
you down.
and it was the
That's love, folks, right there, and it's possible.
the testimony of living love was so complete when the folks that were at the wedding saw Hoppy with all his heart walking me down the aisle, and then stepping up to be my husband's best man. So
Because you continually loved him after the
Yes.
divorce.
And when
you didn't stop.
when I said to Papa, my husband, I said, when he first asked me to go out with him, I said, you know what, you don't know what you're signing up for here. And I told him about Hoppy, my ex-husband, who is a member of my heart, my family, my kids, my surrogate kids. It's a busy time in my life. And he said, just let me be the judge of that. And he enlisted and enrolled and signed up for all the chaos and made such an extraordinary relationship with Hoppy that
It can be done.
Oh.
Okay, so we know it can be done, and the thing is, Sin, is the majority of people, I mean, I've never met anyone like you myself, and I am 43 years old, I've been around.
Yes, you have. You have met everyone you meet is just like me. I'm as
In
common,
moments, yes.
I'm as common
yes.
as dirt. I have just made it my commitment to be an example of loving God, life. I hesitated on the God thing because people right away get a picture of this long-haired guy with a beard, and I pray, Father, Mother, God, any of you who have followed this Sundays with Cinnamon knows that I do not designate who God is. God is whomever you create God to be for you. For me, God is Mother, Father, Creator of us all, and I have surrendered my life to that. Now anyone can do that. That's why I say you.
Well, no, and everyone does do that, and that's true. They do it. People
To
are loving
whatever
when
degree.
they're loving,
To whatever
and when they're
degree.
choosing fear, they're choosing fear. And you've practiced to choose love in every moment. I mean,
Yes.
you have had opportunities after opportunities to throw away your peace since I have known you, and I am
In the
yet.
last 2 months.
When is the
big
last
time.
time you threw away your peace? Last time?
Oh,
20 years ago?
who knows? I don't even recall. I don't look back to that because, a lot of people ask me, well, just basically like you're asking me, well, when did you really become conscious? I don't like to answer that question because it's too near. They're asking me, how long do I have before I get it?
Yes, and then they won't if they.
That would be insulting their process, because if I got it in 15 years, do you think I'm gonna think, well, you can't possibly get it before 15 years? You could get it in this moment, And so I just say, make it now. It's your time now, or not. Doesn't matter when
Okay,
I
so let's talk to the folks that aren't choosing love. Their wife had an affair, husband had an affair. what do you say to those folks who are sitting here watching you saying welcome it and may have already turned this off?
Yeah, turn it back on quick. I would say, I am so, so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know how painful this is for you. And if you want to avoid suffering, let's go in. Let's look at what you're telling yourself about it, what you're telling yourself about yourself, what you're telling yourself about the other person, about your partner, and let's just explore your contract. You made a contract with this situation. Let's get the most out of it. Let's grow. Let's learn.
What would you tell the person that had the affair?
Good luck to you. No,
Ah,
I would say the same thing. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. You had the opportunity to go to your partner and say, so sorry, this is what's occurring. And you didn't call up the courage to do that. And now you've created so much more trouble.
would you
than-
recommend them to stop the affair?
I would recommend them to stop, period, and look inside. Not stop the affair, not stop anything except the camera in the mind that says, now I got to do this. Well, now I've already done that. Well, I am the one who did it, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm the bad girl. Just go in. First, forgive yourself. Ask forgiveness of your partner. And then explore your innocence and the choices that you made out of your fear, and do the repair work. The repair work has to start with you. You can't do anything differently than what you're doing. So you have to change what you're doing so that you can
Change
the
requires
out-
change.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say to the children or a child if they were old enough to understand?
That would depend on how the child found out. What I would say to any parent is be kind and generous to the child by not giving information that would be so heart-wrenching to them. And what would be heart-wrenching would be for one parent to say the other one is a bad parent or a bad person.
Even the person that's had the affair on them?
Absolutely. You say, Mom and I have changed our relationship because it's not working in this form anymore. Our love hasn't changed, and you have to make sure that's true.
Yeah.
The love hasn't changed. The
Oops,
mind.
there's my thumb. Sorry, go on.
Oh, the mind is saying she's a bad girl or he's a bad boy, and you have to get out of your mind and into your heart. That child's welfare and mental stability has to be your foremost concern.
Which would mean to continually love the person that had the affair and vice versa.
Which would be to love the child enough to even tell the child, Mom and I are not together in this form anymore because life has changed for us. We're loving each other differently than we did before. Before we loved each other in a married way. Now we're going to love each other in an unmarried way.
So if one's not around to do that, then the one person can do that is around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But to the mind, it's like, how can you love this person that left our family that's nowhere to be found?
Love endures all things and is forever. If you consider yourself a Christian, that's your premise. If you don't consider yourself a religious person, trusting and believing in love is much more powerful for you than resorting to the fear of unforgiveness. See, I say the fear of unforgiveness because unforgiveness is derived from fear. If I forgive you, well then that same thing will happen to me again, or it makes you look right, or whatever it is. That's fear.
And what would you do with all the friends around? What would you say to all the friends?
Please understand that I have work to do here. Anger shows up for me, frustration, righteousness, all of that. And that soul will not sustain me. I just want to cleanse and purge this find out what my responsibility
How can
is.
friends support, though? You know, sometimes friends take sides.
Please do not take sides. Please do not do that for my sake, for my children's sake,
Well, for the children's sake.
for your sake.
Why?
As a
Why?
friend.
Because people think taking sides. I used to be a side person like you wouldn't believe. I was loyal to the end. I
To
know.
what? To one person's fear? Mm-hmm. That's what you're loyal to. Instead of saying, be whole, be complete, be at peace. Which is
that's what
what a
we're
real
looking
friend
for.
does.
Well, a friend that's conscious.
Yeah.
Because you can be a real friend. It's just you don't know how to. You don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Because I was one of those, and I did my darnest to be the best friend
Yeah.
I could be.
And that
And-
equates to loyalty
And loyalty,
inside
and I
being-
just didn't know differently
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, well, here's my list. And you said Heather Holiday and
That's right.
was it
And
Jennifer?
Eby? Am I
Eby.
pronouncing that?
That's my
Yeah.
guess.
It could be Eby or Ebi. Jennifer, make sure that you are on the right path as far as your vocation is concerned. Now, what that means is it feeding your spirit? It may be feeding your pocketbook and your Pride Prestige program. Just make sure it's feeding your spirit. And if it isn't, of course, maintain the financial situation that you're in now and start opening your vision and dabbling in little by little in that which feeds your spirit so that you can little by little gradually work that into being your sustenance, your way of life. Whatever that means to you. That's just what I know, and you can fill in the blanks because you know what that means.
And Heather Holiday?
Yeah. And Heather, it's funny, the word heavy comes in. That Heather has a lightness of being just the sound of it, Heather. And be your name. My grandson's name is Freedom. And years ago when he would come to me, oh, Grandma, this is that. And he was wanting to fit in, so to speak. And I said, Free, that's what people do. They want to fit in and do the common thing. Now, you either be your name, Freedom, or just go be common and see what that feels like and see if you want to get back to your name. Heather, I would say the same thing to you. Lighten your way of seeing things and being in the world, and you will honor yourself more.
All right. Happy Sundays with Cinnamon.
Happy. I
Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Welcome. Jeez. That's a tough one, folks. I know it is. And just sit with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
It does work. I
Love
do know
works.
that. I mean, to welcome cancer if it comes for me
Yeah.
has worked.
Yeah.
It has. It sounds
And
crazy.
don't forget to pray for Robin.
Yes, pray for Robin.
She's still very seriously ill, and I just would love for you to just say her name with all your heart. That's a prayer, because God knows what's going on with her. You don't have to talk about that. Just Robin.
Love y'all. Bye.